Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on Action Comics issue 531. Now, as you know, this is meant to take place during the pre-crisis continuity of Superman, where back in the Silver Age and Bronze Age had more of these weird and sort of strange adventures. And the cover has Lois Lane being dragged away by Frankenstein's monster, with Superman going after him. We see how Morgan Edge is planning to sell the Daily Planet, or as it was eventually going to be called, the Galaxy Broadcast Building, to Mort Waxman, who is meant to be this sleazy kind of like perverted guy saying, "And yes, I'm gone to make the planet a real newspaper again." And you can kind of tell Clark, Perry White, and Jimmy Olsen aren't happy about this, as it's going to ruin the planet's reputation. And you can kind of tell that he's planned to do gossip columns and other sort of stuff. We see how Jimmy Olsen and the others aren't happy, and the words from Jimmy Olsen unleashes something dangerous. We see how they get stuck in an elevator, which works fine again. Perry White and the others enter a room that he hasn't been in before in ages, and Jimmy Olsen checks out a newspaper from one of the founding members, and of course has the similar initials as his. So Perry White sees that the door's open. We see how Max and also Morgan Edge try to get out, and Max is kind of thinking that Morgan Edge has sold him a crappy building, and remembers that his benefactors did say to him to sell the building. We see how Clark, Lois, and Jimmy Olsen see the spirit saying, "The planet will never die. It will never die." Oh no, look! Great Scott! And we see how Max tries to, get down all the other stairs after seeing the spirit, runs off in fear. We see how like Perry White thinks everything is being ridiculous, and we see how Morgan Edge and the others meet up and think the place is being haunted. And after that, Morgan Edge and Nat decide to split up in groups. We see how Lois has doubts that Clark is a coward due to all the stories he's got from Superman, and knows that he's hiding something. And they see Frankenstein's monster, which Clark finds hard to believe, as he's meant to be a fictional character, and tries to go against him to little to no avail, but realises the creature must be made out of magic, which is one of Superman's weaknesses. We see how Perry White and Jimmy look at all the unsold copies of the Daily Planet, and are both worried that if it's going to still stand. We see how two other reporters show up at the Daily Planet, which the ghost takes the form of Perry White to make them leave the building. We see how Jimmy Olsen and Perry White hear a voice and see that it's a young girl. And of course, we see how Jimmy Olsen and the others see hordes of demons, and of course Jimmy Olsen tries to fight them off. And after Jimmy Olsen activates the Signal Watch, we see how Superman decides to get pulled in to find out what's going on. And after that, sees that Lois is unconscious by Frankenstein's monster, and Superman realizing that some of these characters are from the Frankenstein novel. And of course, after this, they realize that the computer is typing by itself, and that this is a real scoop. We see how Max says, "Scoop, this is all you people think about? New scoop, puh." And then we see how everything fades, and we see one of the ghosts of the founding members saying that the planet will never be sold, and that Max is a greedy person, and that he will never get the planet, and says, I'm leaving, I'll never come back." And of course, fades away, and we kind of see how Clark manages to change back to Clark, and after Max tries to, get the planet one more time. You can tell this is Morgan Edge realizing that I went too far with this, and says that he'll never sell the planet to him ever again. And they say, "Yay, Morgan Edge!" And after the end of it, we see how from one of the sort of window cleaners that the Planet story was published by one of the people who founded the planet, and of course didn't want to see it be destroyed. And the end of it, Jimmy says it was never the planet's very own guardian angel. And this is the story. So this issue isn't too bad. It has a message about keeping something you care about from being taken over, and it's a standard Bronze Age story that's actually pretty good. So I think it deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.